Now, I don't know if you're like me, but I picked way too many apples at the apple orchard, and now I need to use them. So I'm going to share with you 3 super simple recipes to use with your apples. This first recipe is super easy. It is crock-pot applesauce. I make this every year, at least once. I just peeled the skin off of the apples and chopped them up into pieces about this size. I set my crock pot to low and put all the chopped apples in the crock pot. I then add a little bit of water. It's probably about 1/3 of a cup for the amount of apples I have. Once it has cooked for several hours, I mash the apples up with my potato masher, and I like to sweeten my applesauce with honey, but you could use brown sugar or white sugar or even maple syrup. We like the taste of the honey, and then I like to also add cinnamon. Now that's something that you could or couldn't add. It's up to you. So for the next recipe, you're going to need 1 apple. You're going to peel the skin off and slice it in 8 to 10 slices, which I believe this slicer from Pampered Chef is 10. And you're also going to need some Pillsbury crescent rolls. You're going to need a can of like a lemon lime soda and some butter and cinnamon. I just took the 8 crescent rolls and laid them out. And then I'm going to take 1 apple for each one and just roll them. And then place them in a pan. And just keep repeating that. So in a small saucepan, I am melting 1/2 of a cup of butter, which is 1 stick, with 2/3 cups of sugar and 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon. Then I'm going to mix this up, and once it's combined and thickened, I'm going to take it off the heat and add 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla. So then I'm just going to pour the apple or the cinnamon mixture over the crescent rolls. And then I'm going to add around the perimeter some soda. Just 1/2 of a can. And then I'm going to put it in the oven at 350 degrees. So the crescent roll apple dumplings are done. And I am just going to serve one. That looks delicious. It's like a mini apple pie. And it was super simple. And it actually only took, you could see these are a little bit too browned almost. It actually only took about 30 minutes, not 40. So take it down to 30 minutes, at least with my oven. Now the last recipe is actually 2 different recipes, but it's an apple dip. This one is going to be a cream cheese based. So I just took 1 8-ounce package of cream cheese. I softened it a little bit in the microwave and stirred it up. And I'm going to add a 1/2 cup of brown sugar to that, and a 1/4 cup of white sugar, and 2 teaspoons of vanilla. And I am just going to mix this up and put it into one of these cute little dishes. And this other dip is super easy as well. It is 3 tablespoons of creamy peanut butter, 1 cup of Greek yogurt, and 2 tablespoons of maple syrup. You could also use honey if you don't have maple syrup. And I'm just going to mix this together and put it in the other bowl. And both of the apple dips are done. This is the peanut butter one, and this is the cream cheese one. And you can use these for many apples if you need to get rid of them, and the kids will love it as a snack when they get home from school, or I'm thinking about it for tonight when my kids get home from basketball.